Hello, it's Ludric again. Welcome to part 3 and the final part of this video. This one's going to be really short because essentially I'm just going to be announcing the quote-unquote winners of it and then just kind of talk about the game challenge a little bit. So I didn't exactly give the total scores to this final point, and if you added them up yourself, you would have probably figured out who the winner was. But let's see. Takeover Ponyville had an overall score of 35 out of 60. Rule by Terminal Hunter had an overall score of 46 out of 60. Grow Strong had an overall score of 42 out of 60. And the winner, with an overall score of 53 out of 60, was Robin Steele, the Waifu Thief. Now, there was actually like a lot of when we figured this out, I personally freaked out because it's Pix and because it's Pixum and Pixum has made Pixum. I did a little research. Pixum has made some games before, and so I wanted to be fair to the developers. So I wanted to be fair to the other developers who had tried their hardest, and I didn't want to make this like a huge overshadowing goal. So I think pretty much leading up to Everfree, during Everfree, and perhaps a little bit after Everfree, and with this video, I was like silently freaking out about the scores, and part of me tried to think, well, is there some sort of way to knock it down? Am I being too picky? Am I being blinded by something? And it was really, really excruciatingly hard for me to change the scores because there were scores that everybody agreed on. So that's kind of the explanation behind this goal and behind those scores. And again, like the last post, the scores don't really mean much of anything. There is no prize money or prizes or anything. It's really more or less just a formality, and I can't stress that enough. And I can't stress that we're not trying to hurt our developers or any sort of participants now or in future competitions. Actually, during our little judgment discussion, we discovered that there is a little bit of an error within our judging, with art and audio specifically, and we're going to be amending those next year into a new category called aesthetics, where we will judge more the interconnectivity of the art and the audio, rather than just judging them as separate categories. So bear with us here. This is only our second challenge. We're we're going to be improving a lot next year. But before I end this video, I'd like to extend a congratulations to all of the developers who participated in this little game jam of ours, and thank you. You guys did an awesome job. Personally, I really enjoyed playing all of these games, and I can't wait to see what happens next year. The games are now available in the Crystal Games archive, so the link will be in the description if you want to pop over there and play some of the games that are over there, along with some of the games from last year. Some of the games in the Crystal Games archive from last year. Actually, you know what? Why don't I just bring up the page? Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. Why don't I just bring up the page and then just bring it on over? So the games are now available in the Crystal Games archive, and you can now play them by clicking on the links here. The link to this archive will be in the description. If you want to just kind of click over, feel free to play these games and congratulate the developers of this year's challenge for participating and simply making some really awesome games. Also, the games from last year will be available. Well, some of them. We're still waiting for developers' permission on whether or not they want to have these games released to the public or not. So if you were the developer of any one of these games last year, we would very much like to know if you are okay with us putting these games in the Crystal Games archive for others to enjoy. If not, that's okay. We can just kind of say that this game, isn't available. This game isn't available due to something or other. But yeah, feel free to pop on over to the Crystal Games Challenge archive. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the developers who participated in this, and I hope to see awesome games from you guys next year. We hope to see awesome games from you guys next year. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about the Crystal Games Challenge or any of the other stuff that the Gaming Colts are doing, feel free to pop on over to our blog at www.gamingcolts.com. The link to that will be in the description. You could find us on our Facebook and our Twitter. And feel free to tweet us, message us on Facebook with questions, and ask us anything on our Tumblr. We'll answer. We'll definitely answer. I can't wait to see you guys next year at the 2015 Crystal Games Challenge. And remember, games really do matter. They really do. Have a great day, everyone.